Stepping in, the long ball threat, Eri Chavez. And the pitch. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 2.
2-0's the count.
Runner at second, nobody out. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Quantrill back to work. Up the middle, Barrero. Throw sails over his head at first. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. So a big-time costly mistake there. Here's a big power threat. Dave Parker.
He's been doing a good job knocking in his teammates. More than an RBI per game over his last.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A gigantic blast. His 18th home run of the season. It's 3-0. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Ripped on a line. Garcia makes the catch, and there's one gone. Let's take a look at our lineup. It features one of the sport's true superstars, Barry Bonds.
This guy's been a very consistent performer at the plate this year. Top 5 in batting average in the National League. And I tell you what, you got to be good, but you also have to be a little bit lucky. And he's been both, spraying balls all over the yard. Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Carlos Guillen in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. And that's a double. So 2 down, and now the first baseman, Melvin Mora. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Around third. He scores, and they lead by 4.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here's Elvis Andrus. Garcia makes the play, and that's the 3rd out. So they move out in front after a 4. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gregory Barrero. Here comes a pitch. De Jesus, 27 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. The wind of the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. In the air, left field, down the line. Bonds flashes the leather on the run and catch. Okay, let's check out the lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. Back here in Denver, here's the catcher, Rene Pinto. Quantrill back to work. Nice grab. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out. That was an impressive diving stop. Singy, let's dive into the numbers. Statcast assemble.
Yeah, Boog, a really good effort just to get his glove to the ball. He found a way to do it and just produce a strong throw as well. So that right there is a great play all the way around. Just really smooth.
2 outs, base is empty. Luis Arraez stands in. Wouldn't chase that time. 2 outs, base is empty. And a foul ball. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a double.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And the batter now, Dave Parker. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. And ball 1. Man at second. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. The pitch. Out towards right center field. Gonzalez sizes this one up, and that'll do it. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Marvin Gonzalez. Fastball for a strike.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
And a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Over to Altuve. On the first. Out. Double play. Just got it there in time.
He's so good at coming across the bag and snagging it with the bare hand to throw. I like the flair that he brings day in and day out.
Next to hit, Jesus Aguilar. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs.
No.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike
1
zone.
ball, 2 strikes.
The lefty fires. Now this is in the air down the line. Takes a tumble and he hangs on.
Oh, you're holding your breath on that one. Sometimes you get caught in between. He stumbled a little bit, but kept his concentration. Nice catch to end the inning.
All set for the start of the inning. Now the left fielder, Barry Bonds. And the right-hander back to work.
Ball
Just
inside.
missed.
You know, this group of hitters doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch because it really hasn't happened. They've made contact on nearly 100% of their swings.
Garcia makes the grab, 1 down. Jose Altuve up to hit here. That one drilled left field. And that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a 2-bagger.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
That one down the line. And he handles it himself for the out. Melvin Mora now at the plate. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Runner from third comes across, and the lead is up to 5.
Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's down. One hops off the wall. Mora coming home. Throw cut off to third. And he's in there. A run comes in on the play.
Comes through with the RBI. Solid swing from start.
Yadi Chirinos comes on now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously.
Meanwhile, this is trouble as that's going to be extra bases.
Waste no time there. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Already 3 runs across in the frame here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Righty delivers. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. And now the DH, Luis Arraez. 1 for 2. That one way inside.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, or maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, come into it.
That one is absolutely belted. 1 run is in. Banks off the wall around third. The relay trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. And they put the tag on him. That's the 3rd out inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the DH, Brendan Rodgers. That one's in there. 0-1.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs. Avisail
Garcia up to the plate. Right through there for a strike.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
Next offering is fouled back.
Yeah, with 2 strikes here, you really want to miss outside the zone with that breaking ball.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. And that is a foul ball. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And there's 2 away. Here's the rookie third baseman.
The third baseman,
He was late there. Strike 1.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Back here at Coors Field. And now the right fielder, Dave Parker. Chirinos back to work. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game. It's 10-0.
He's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen him hit these last few games, and it probably won't be the last. The hard sinker can be a pretty tough pitch because of the late life and movement, but somehow he got the barrel to that pitch, stayed through it. Really nice job of staying on the backside until it was time to transfer that weight, and a really nice home run.
Now it's the power speed combo. Barry Bonds. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power.
That's right. That misses,
ball,
and
no
it's
strike.
1-0. Bonds goes 6'1", 36 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ. To the right side, slings to first.
He's out.
That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
That one fouled off. Liner caught at second.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Ripped to right, base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. So up next, Melvin Mora. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Line drive, base hit. Lead runner around second, and that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to short.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 10-zip. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now Gregory Barrero. That one misses. 1-0. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Bonds brings it in with a nice running grab. Tyro Estrada to the plate. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. Way out front for strike 2.
No ball.
Bases empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And that's outside. Swings through it for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
He was all over that one. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Bonds pulls it down, and that's the inning. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Lucas Gilbert.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like...
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A solo shot. His 21st of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 11-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Out to short, Barrero. Fires over to first. 1 away here in the 5th. Next is the designated hitter, Luis Arias. On the ground, right side. Sends it to first. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's some real power at the plate. Dave Parker. This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. And he's gone yard again. That's his third home run of the game. And they tack on to their lead. It's 12-0. Singy, he's been red hot.
Yeah, another big swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball well in this one. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. A 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
2 outs, nobody on. Here's the left fielder, Barry Bonds. This one smoked on its way out of here. A massive home run. His 49th home run of the season, and they add to their lead. It's 13-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here.
Now on the bump, James Jones.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. In the air to left down the line. Cabrera sizing this one up, drops into the glove, and that'll do it. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Fought off foul.
Well, these guys just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Kicks and fires. Got him. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the first baseman, Jesus Aguilar. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
The 0-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Rogers swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today. That to right. Parker snags it, and that ends the inning. Top 6, and now it's going to be Carlos Guillen. And he deals. On the ground to 3rd. Oh, he gloves it to 1st, and they get the out.
Third basemen have to be so quick with their first step reactions, hot shots like that. That's why they call it the hot corner. That's a perfect example, though. There's no way he gloves that one if he's not dialed in, anticipating something coming his way, staying on his toes every pitch. Really nice job to get back up, set himself, and make a strong throw across the diamond.
Makes the grab for the 2nd out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
They don't come any quicker. 3 pitches for 3 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Now it's the right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
No.
Just off the inside edge. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
One ball.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Here's the third baseman. In the air, right field, Parker sizes this one up, and it's caught for the out. Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's the shortstop, Gregory Barrero. Lifted in the air, right center field. Parker grabs it on the run. Here's the second baseman, Thairo Estrada. In the air, out to center, Chavez. Under it, and that is that. New inning getting started, and here's the catcher, Rene Pinto.
The catcher, Rene Pinto.
Jones back to work. Out there to center, Gonzalez should have this one. 1 away.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here's the center fielder, Eri Chavez. Smoked on the ground to second. That's 6 straight set down. 2 outs, base is empty. Luis Arias digs in now. Ground ball to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Bottom of the inning. Now the left fielder, Miguel Cabrera.
The left fielder, Miguel Cabrera.
New pitcher on here, number 76.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
The pitch. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back there. And it's out of here. His 28th home run of the season. It's 13-1.
Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Marvin Gonzalez. Fastball for a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Here at the bottom of the 7th. There's the strike at the knees. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Man, he got a real good pitch to hit right there with 2 strikes. You cannot miss that. Not a great slider at all. And I tell you what, that's where you got to do damage. He looked like he was on time getting the bat through the zone, but he just caught air.
And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. Got him swinging.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Ground ball left side. Tosses to first. What a play. Inning over. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. We look ahead to inning number 8. You're dialed into the show. Stepping in the long ball threat, Dave Parker. And a chance to make some history here, Chris.
Yeah, he's homered 3 times so far, and now he gets another chance, at least we think. We'll see if the pitcher gives him anything to hit. It's so rare to see a 3-homer performance, but even more special for that player to get another chance at the plate to do it again for 4.
The pitch. Outside low. And that is ball 1.
Well, these players doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. Double-digit hits and 0 strikeouts. I don't know which of those is more impressive, but especially in today's game, that's something they can feel very good about.
Line drive. Caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Barry Bonds. No. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together for him. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. That was blasted to the moon. His 27th home run of the season, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 15-1.
His confidence is through the roof with the way he's been swinging it lately. He's on a really good run. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So 1 out, nobody on. Now the third baseman, Carlos Guillen. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. High fly ball, right field. Garcia makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. The throw to first, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Denver, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the DH, Brendan Rodgers. In the air right field, Parker coming on. And out number 1 on the grab. Avisail Garcia, the next to hit. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 1.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
And there's a base hit to the left. He decides to hold on to it, and the defense comes away with nothing.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Right down the chute, strike 1. On the ground, a second, might be two. Off balance feed, there's one. Throw to first, safe. So the lineup flips over, and the batter will be the shortstop, Gregory Barrero. Pitch misses inside, ball one. And there's a foul ball. And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Right-hander kicks, deals.
That's the ball.
And that one is lifted in the air. Parker has this one sized up, brings it in for the third out. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Gavin Hollowell.
Not having a lot of success against right-handed hitters. They've been hitting them around, so this next matchup might be tough for him.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And there's one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Rene Pinto getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one. Bounced out to short. Barrero. 2 up, 2 down.
Out.
So the batting order turns over. Eri Chavez will hit next. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and it falls. And next is the designated hitter, Luis Arias. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Chavez rounds second on his way to third. Coming home. The throw is wild, and it gets away.
Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. A gigantic blast. His 4th home run of the game, and they add a pair. It's 18-1. Siggy, that's his 50th career homer.
50 might not sound like a huge number, but it's a nice little milestone that a lot of guys don't get to. Wow, this is awesome. I mean, a 4-homer game, they're just so rare, they're so special, and just so tough to pull off as well. Everything has to line up for you, but of course, you got to make it happen too. And these are the types of performances that people just don't forget, and it's definitely going to live on in history.
Matt Cook into the game. He's into the game with the bases empty. Now the batter now, Barry Bonds.
Ball.
First pitch misses. Well struck right field. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. It's a double. 3rd hit of the night for him. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
At the plate, Jose Altuve on the ground. And that's just foul. The pitch. Foul ball. Line drive. This looks like extra bases. Run comes in from second, and they extend their lead.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
And here is Carlos Guillen. That one ripped right center field, and it hits the top of the wall. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball.
Well, we'll hold that thought as that's the third out, and we'll end the inning. So 9 batters come to the plate. 4 of them score. One more shot coming up. Bottom of the ninth. And we're back. Now the number 2 hitter, Thairo Estrada. Brusdar Graterol gets the call from the pen.
Coming on to face a righty here, and he's been fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Ripped to short. Andrews throws to first. 1 up, 1 down. He's 2 outs away. Here's the left fielder, Miguel Cabrera. Close, but call the ball.
1 ball.
And that's ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Down the line. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Marvin Gonzalez digs in now. Right through there for a strike.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Graterol is just 1 strike away. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that'll do it.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
So this one got a little out of hand. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 58 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive